Dawn breaks across the desert. Red blossoms spring up from a freshly dug grave. A busy street thrums with wasted childhoods. Someone doesn't hear the footsteps creeping behind them. A scream rings out, but is drowned out by the noise. This place is dying. And yet, here you are. Welcome to San Arroyo, hunters. We here at Dubious Creatures present to you the vampire with no name, Final Girl. Before we get started, I have a question for Joe Carter.
Present and accounted for.
Miss Carter, if I had to ask you what happened the night you got that scar, how would you describe that scene?
Well, you see, my brother and I, we like to get up into a mess of trouble. The reason I got a whole lot of patience for Patience is because I used to be a whole hell of a lot like her. So when we were young, maybe 17, 18 years old, we'd go out onto the mesa, steal a bottle of cheap liquor, and go start a bonfire about where the brush clears and you can kind of see for miles. You see, there's a vastness out there in the desert, something that makes you just wild. We had dust and rust in our blood, and, well, we didn't really give much a fuck about that, so it's that time of your life where you feel like you're invincible, and you think that nothing could possibly touch you, and these are the best days of your life, and nothing's gonna change. But we was out there drinking, hollering, raising Cain. Yeah. If we'd have made it back that night in one piece, maybe our mama would have, I don't know, certainly read us the right act, but we was out there and started up a bonfire, and my brother heard a snap behind him. We thought it was just trees settling. There's all sorts of critters, coyotes, foxes, bears, all sorts of critters out there, but he heard that snap and he whipped around, and it was like the hair on the back of his neck. I could see it stand on end, I swear to God. And 1 second he turns back to me and says, "Josephine, did you hear that?" I said, "Ain't nothing. Just some wildlife." He looks at me, he says, "I swear I heard something," before he could get the sentence out. He was yanked through the dark. It was like something wrapped around his waist and pulled him back through the dark. I went screaming after him.
And that's when you found it. The cave.
That's right. That's when I found the cave.
And you found him, and he was standing there, his back to you, staring into the pit. And he was muttering. What did you do?
Well, I know a thing or two about approaching wildlife when they don't know you're right there. You certainly don't back anything into a corner. So I walked real slow, making sure that I was just off his peripheral, so eventually he'd see me, right? He'd see me. I don't know what he was staring into, that big black maw. But he had to have seen me, right? I got right up next to him. And he kept on muttering. Something about they're down there. They're in there. I can hear him. I can smell them.
And you looked into that cave, and you did hear something. It's the same noise that a sinkhole makes, that strange, almost choking noise of air being drawn deep into the guts of the earth. Great holes secretly dug where Earth's pores ought to suffice, and things have learnt to walk that ought to crawl. Come and see. And that dark reaches out, and Joe, you wake up. You're in the present. You're in your trailer. Hawks, almost immediately in response to you snapping awake, takes his great big head and immediately presses it up against your side.
Hey. Hey, boy.
You haven't had that nightmare in a while.
I reach up and touch my face, right where that scar is on my cheek. It's throbbing something fierce.
The words of that strange man, the man with claws, the man who very nearly killed Vincent, rings out in your head. You're the one it touched. As we find you in this moment, what does the inside of Joe's trailer look like?
Joe keeps her place pretty tidy. Overall, you're not going to find dishes in the sink or mess everywhere. She might keep a beer or two in the fridge, maybe a fine bottle of whiskey or something tucked away in a back cabinet, but the sheets are clean. The place is clean, smells nice. There's very little decoration overall, maybe some Christmas lights wrapped around the kitchen or something like that, but she keeps a photograph of her and her brother right there on the end table, right next to the bed. Sunlight streaming in. She knows not to cover the windows lest something creep its way in. She wants to make sure that by sunrise it ain't gonna creep out again, so she keeps it bright, holding on as best she can.
It's the crack of dawn. Granted, Joe strikes me as an early riser.
Certainly is. Usually up right around 5:30 or so.
Yeah. And as you're getting up and kind of, still in that moment where your brain hasn't quite come back into your body, when was the last time she felt this close to the other? The strangeness that she's been peripherally aware of most of her adult life.
Well, I think that's just it, right? You've got one strange, uncanny encounter when you're barely of voting age, and after that you're just kind of glancing over your shoulder, right? Just instances, shadows out of the corner of your eye, snapping twigs. When I was working with Slim Jenkins back at the Park District, he'd take me on some of the weirdest things. Pull up and just say, "Joe, get in." And I'd hop right in the passenger seat of that truck and we'd drive off. And we'd get there and he'd try and explain to me about some giant something or other or some creepy crawly what's it, and I never really saw anything, but Slim believed it. And I don't know, at a certain point when you're that young and person you're closest with up and vanishes, you're kind of willing to go on a little faith. So I always believed him.
Yeah, you haven't seen old Slim in a while now. You're pretty sure his kids moved him into an assisted living facility somewhere in Vesper Springs.
And he's turning over about that. My God.
Oh, you get at least one angry phone call a week.
Well, I'd spring him from the joint if I had any legal right to.
Regardless, what does Joe's morning routine look like?
I wake up, give myself a good stretch. I make sure to keep my body feeling limber, feeling able to take on whatever might come my way. So, whether that be clipping up hawks and going for a run or something of that kind, come back, take a nice shower. Showers are good, but got to be mindful of the water, so never long, but just a nice shower. Make a good breakfast.
Yeah. What's on the menu?
Yeah, usually eggs, toast, turkey bacon, some bullshit like that.
All American. But yes, the trailer is currently parked just on the outskirts of town. Probably just where the outer edge of the city starts to fully flatten out into the desert. When abouts would you say you're expecting the rest of your merry band to show up?
Well, I glance at my watch. It's probably 8 o'clock. I'm guessing I'm not going to see patients till roundabouts 10:30. So about 10:45 is when I start cooking her up a plate.
And as you're frying up some more of that turkey bacon, which you're told is healthier for you, but to be perfectly honest, it just... Well, I mean, bacon is bacon. If it was meant to be healthy, it probably wouldn't be so delicious. As you're doing that, we transition the scene to Maria.
Yes?
So, Maria, what does your home situation with Dana look like, do you think?
I don't think I live with Dana.
Oh, okay.
I don't think we were quite at that part of our relationship yet on account of trying to keep it secret.
Well, she's offered, especially in light of recent events, but if you haven't taken her up on that, that's your prerogative.
Yeah, because what with her family such as it is, what would living with her even look like right now?
Well,
especially since we've been outed.
Well, Dana doesn't live with the rest of the Connollys. She has her own place up in the San Gabriel Mountains. Been there a couple of times. At according to her, it used to be a sanitarium or something before her family bought it. She claims it helps with the writing process.
I see. Okay. How has she reacted to everything?
She's been supportive, but at the same time, well, Dana's rich. She sure, she technically makes her own money nowadays, but at the same time, she's never had to work for a paycheck like you have, and so she doesn't quite really understand, do you think, how bad this is for you.
Uh-huh.
So her sympathy can come off as a little patronizing at times.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think I live with her currently.
Yeah, she has offered. But again, it's just that edge of pity. That's what really... Yeah, no.
And I can't really tell if we're still together or not. Because she's been able to put so much of her resources in the way of this. Well, I caught the brunt of it. So... are we? I kind of accepted that date from Patience without thinking.
Your life is complicated.
Yep. And I don't know if that date is still happening after a lot of that weird stuff I heard last night.
Indeed. But, well, what does Maria's living situation currently look like then? Where are you waking up?
I think we explained it last time. She just lives in a small house, one of the ones that used to be a trailer, so it's raised up off the ground a little bit. There's a few different rooms here. It used to be meticulously clean. I've been thinking about it, and I think Maria might actually have low-key OCD. But ever since, the stuff happened, it's been getting progressively messier, and she's just been sitting with it and having it bother her. But there's a lot of tchotchkes and old posters and various memorabilia about old San Arroyo and old California and stuff like that.
Probably a couple of pamphlets from the Crawford Western Museum.
Definitely. I think there might be a small home exercise machine, like a treadmill or something.
Yeah. Maybe a couple of those VHS home workout tapes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which are always for self-betterment and no other reason.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
as we all know, women in the 80s work out for spiritual reasons and nothing else. Mm-hmm. But is that part of her, typical morning routine?
I think it is now, because she's been spending a lot of days inside doing a whole lot of not much. So I think her one effort of self-care is using the treadmill. But I think today maybe she, sensing that she might need to have some difficult conversations today, you need to pick up, otherwise something terrible will happen part of her brain is allowed to follow through on, because that's easier to deal with. So I think she does spend a lot of the morning picking up.
Fair enough. And as you tidy, do you check your mail at any part of this process? Yeah. You head outside to the mailbox. You live in one of the perhaps slightly cheaper locales within the suburbia of Angel Acres. You were a professor, but, it's not like you had tenure or anything, so...
Uh-huh.
As you're sort of heading out, you see someone has wedged what looks like a business card into your door. It sort of flutters to the ground as you open it up.
Okay, what is it?
You pick it up, and it says, it just says Laszlo Varga, Mayar Realty. And on the back, there's a phone number. And above it, a caption says, looking to sell? Inquire within.
I think she goes to throw it away and then thinks, okay, it is possible I might need this, and tucks it in her back pocket.
Yeah. If there are already real estate agents sniffing around, that doesn't bode well.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, as you set out for, well, honestly, I'm not really sure what, but it's not like you got much else to do.
Yeah, I figure I might as well go visit Dana.
Yeah. As you set out, we're going to transition the scene once more to Patience and her current living situation at the household of the Whites.
Not those kind of whites. I mean, her husband is, but the nice kind of whites. Callisto
No.
White.
Yeah, specifically John and Callisto White, the couple that's been letting you crash there for... Well, actually, Patience, how long has it been, and how much of your welcome do you think you've overstayed?
I mean, 1, 2, about 3 years at this point. Honestly, since I stepped foot in San Arroyo. Don't get me wrong, the women's shelter is fine and the urban Indian center is great, but nothing beats sleeping on a couch that you know, right?
Yeah, and I mean, the Whites, they are empty nesters. Their son is away at university in San Francisco, so, I mean, it's like, I'm sure they don't mind the company, right?
Of course not. It's not like I leave a mess on the stove. No, that's all John. Besides, I only get up at unreasonable hours when everyone else is being unreasonable.
Yeah. Well, regardless, you awake to the sound of pots and pans being washed and sound of an old gas stove lying up, cracking eggs. You hear...
Oh shit, that's my cue.
Yeah, indeed. You hear from within the kitchen Callista say, Patience, grub's up.
Yes, ma'am. And I almost fall off the couch that I'm sleeping on face down, but I catch myself very last minute, think, damn, only if that Maria chick was here to see that. Pick myself back up. Good morning, Callista. Do you need me to do dishes, pick up laundry, walk the dog, anything like that?
What do you do?
Nothing. I mean, come on, you heard me come in at like 2 a.m. No property damage. There wasn't even a riot.
Uh-huh. Callista is this older Kumae woman, about like late 40s, with an expression that, especially where you're concerned, ranges somewhere between amused and exasperated on a good day.
Your senses are tingling.
Indeed. She just sighs and says, well, you can make yourself useful and clean up your mess from last night while I get breakfast ready. John, get your lazy ass down here. You don't want to be late for that union meeting. You hear some grumbling from the bedroom.
Come on, man. And I'll join her in yelling, come on, man. You got liberty. You got people's rights, the proletariat, all that good shit. And I definitely tracked shit on the kitchen floor. Fuck. And I am going to go find the broom. I have committed a cardinal sin in the House of the Whites.
Yep. You can feel Callista's eyes boring into the back of your skull as you go to sheepishly collect the broom. Meanwhile, John, who also in his late 40s, he looks like a trucker. Like, Big dude, permanently unshaven, looks strangely naked without a baseball cap currently on. He sort of lumbers over to his wife, kisses her on the cheek, says, "Come on, darling, don't be mean to the help."
Damn, white man put me down. Here I am cleaning everything without even payment. Truly, times have not changed, and I will dramatically faint against the wall, hand to my forehead.
Patience. What'd you do this time?
I didn't do anything, or anyone, as a matter of fact.
Right.
Just saying.
Right.
All I did was run around with Joe last night. That nice boy from the nail shop, yeah, he kind of got fucked up with some of those crust punks. You know that crowd. They're wear-coating a smegma wherever they go. We got him to the hospital. It wasn't a biggie.
Oof. Well, hope he's doing all right. He sits down, and as he does, he pours himself coffee, pours one for Callista, one for you, and sets them out on the tiny, kind of rickety table. It's an open kitchen that kind of doubles as the dining room. The Whites don't exactly have the largest abode. They live in an apartment complex on the less fashionable side of Little Hollywood. Listen, Patience, says John.
You want me to start paying rent?
I know that's an exercise in futility, but I was thinking. I've been talking to McLeod and some of the other guys in the union, and we were thinking maybe it's time you put in for a trucker's license yourself.
I am sipping my coffee. Big sip. Spit take directly back into the cup. I'm fucking sorry. You seen me behind the wheel with your pickup?
Look,
you want me to kill somebody? That's manslaughter, you know.
Well, I'm not advocating any of your usual road rage, no, but look, you're a big help around the depot, and to be perfectly honest, as my wife keeps reminding me, we could definitely use a certain, I guess you could say, outside perspective in the union.
Oh, I see. Got tired of all those crusty male white dudes telling you things you want me to weigh in. Figured Kate would help you with that.
Well, she's trying, bless her, but you know how some of these old timers get.
No, yeah. They're still playing cowboys and Indians.
Unfortunately. But yeah, look, it ain't too much trouble for you to, put in for proper license. You start now, guarantee next year you could be riding the interstate in your own rig.
He mentions that. And I think of pale facsimiles of humans, silhouettes with hungry eyes that prey on the unfortunate, the desperate. As much as I loathe the idea of settling into a blue-collar 9-to-5, or in this case, road-to-road, there's opportunity there, and I'll drop my little lopsided smile, my spat-out coffee, sip thoughtfully. You know what, old man? You got a point. I mean, it would be nice to stop leeching off you both.
Old man? But, Callista, darling, when did I qualify as old man? It's okay, dear. I like to think of you as seasoned. And she puts down a plate of breakfast in front of you and her husband.
Yeah. Dude, you groan like a rhino when you get up. It's like you're going through all 5 stages of grief when you get out of a chair.
Although you could definitely stand a bit more, as a lot of your job does involve sitting on your ass for long periods of time. John just sort of throws up his hands like, all right, okay. Christ, when the two of you join forces, it is spooky.
You married a Latina woman. What do you expect, man? She's going to be on your ass even after the Grim Reaper claims you.
I'm just gonna finish my breakfast and be on my way before I am exposed to any more crippling insights.
Can't handle that Indian wisdom, my guy. And as I finish sweeping, I'm just going to check the door almost by habit at this point for the newspaper, maybe a package if they're expecting anything big. The mailman would have knocked at this point. But good to check.
You check and, well, don't find anything out of the ordinary. There's their usual issue, the San Arroyo Trailblazer, which as you check, well, there's nothing about an explosion outside the Lucky Lotus Salon in Berendos Valley that you can see, but you do see the main headline is Dean of Archaeology Avery Blumenthal murdered in home invasion.
Oh, fuck. Was I an accomplice? Or was I an alibi? Oh, shit. And I'm just gonna roll up the newspaper, put it beside John. So, you hear all about that stuff at the university? Pretty scary, huh?
Callista pipes up and says, as she sits down for her own breakfast, something about, I don't know, usual colonizer bullshit, blaming AIM for some kind of burglary down in University City.
Yeah. But, looks like it's an inside job, and I'm gonna tap at the headline. Think they started killing each other over who got cited in the papers or whatever?
Patience, you do know that not everything is a conspiracy, yes?
Yeah, then otherwise Area 51 wouldn't exist and they'd let us look at the aliens if there weren't any in there. Think about it.
John, she's talking about Area 51 again. John, at this
You
point's
can blame
clear.
him for that.
Yeah, John, at this point's cleared his plate and says, look, I've seen some strange shit out there on the road. I would not put it past the U.S. government to be, okay, I realize what I've done. I realize the Pandora's box I've opened. John.
So aside from Martians, what do you think's behind all of it?
John, as he's in a little bit of a hurry to get out the door because, again, he is on the clock. He puts away his dishes in the sink, leans over to his wife, kisses on the cheek, says, all right, we gotta run. Try not to overthrow the U.S. government while I'm gone, yeah?
No promises, old man. Don't get abducted or probed.
I will try my level best. Later, girls. And with that, he heads out as Callista kind of picks up the newspaper, studies it. Patience, I'm going to ask you a serious question now. How deep into this are you?
Damn, that obvious, huh? I mean, I talked to a lady who got fired. I thought she was a journalist. She seemed pretty enough to be a journalist, but I guess she was a professor there. She was friends with Dorothy, that kind of thing. She couldn't really stay there, so maybe I'm gonna come up as a witness in a murder trial.
Ah, so just another Tuesday then. Well, at least you didn't punch another police officer.
Hey, he had it coming. He had that stupid ass mustache on his face, and he was yelling and spitting and saying and spraying.
Well, I do admit that having a Tom Selleck mustache in this day and age should probably be a finable offense.
Telling you, if you wanted to make an honest living, you should have done 70s porno, but that's just me.
Patience. You do
All
realize
for her
why.
winning smile.
You do realize why John is bending over backwards to get you a real job, yes?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm really grateful to the both of you for letting me stay. I mean, I'd be out on the streets. I'll get you guys money, and I mean it. This time I'll go through, get my license. Regular work. Whatever that means.
Well, ideally, it means us not having to bail you out.
That too.
So, whatever this is, I need you to promise me that it's not going to snowball into something expensive.
It's not going to be $2,000 worth of expensive. Or anything, really, if anything. Anything. And I'll give her hand a squeeze. It's going to be profitable. Because it's going to mean a lot less assholes on the street, a lot less people bothering us, and a lot less people fucking gentrifying the neighborhood.
I'm gonna hold you to that.
Pinky promise?
She smirks and holds out her pinky.
The most sacred of institutions.
Now finish your damn breakfast.
Jeez, okay, holding me at gunpoint here. All right, God forbid I have a little burnt. Is this turkey bacon? You trying to cut down on cholesterol? You don't look a day over 50, as I begin to stuff my mouth.
As you do so, we're going to transition the scene once more. Trinity, would you have gone home or would you have tried to stay at the hospital?
Georgia told her that she should have just gone home and gotten some rest. But I think she would have called her mom as soon as possible and stayed overnight.
Right. Well, in that case, the whole Fung family is staying overnight, it seems, as you awaken, kind of groggily, your back hurting as you have fallen asleep in one of those uncomfortable chairs in the actual, next to the hospital bed that Vincent is in. Not, strictly speaking, something that is typically allowed, but you imagine Georgia probably pulled some strings.
I think as soon as she wakes up, her mom's probably still asleep. She doesn't get a ton, but she's gonna go see if Vincent is awake or not.
He is... Well, he's got an oxygen mask over his face and a needle in his arm, but he's alive.
I think she'll stand there for a minute, kind of stroke his hair. She knows they're taking care of him, but she still looks at his vitals and everything, looks at all the machines. She's kind of compartmentalizing right now by relying on her training and trying to rememorize everything and just tap off of that.
Yeah. Well, you can go ahead and give me a intelligence plus medicine check, if you like.
Okay. 3 successes.
Okay, with 3 successes, you look at the EKG machine, you check the clipboard at the end of the bed. Well, he made it through surgery. That was the hard part. They currently got him hooked up to blood transfusion. He did lose a lot of blood. The attack, let's call it, it did make an artery in his side. They managed to stop the bleeding, but just based on what you're looking at, you can already tell he's not leaving this hospital bed anytime soon.
She's glad that he's alive. She's more concerned about trying to figure out why he was attacked. Trinity is going to... There's probably a notepad or something. She'll leave a note for her mom when she wakes up that she left her car at the salon and the police asked for her to go to the precinct or something to have an interview about, witness statement and all of that. She has to go there, but she'll be back later. And she's going to hail a taxi to get her car, and she's going to try and head to Joe's place.
Yeah. As you're heading, like, out of, like, closing the door to his room as quietly as possible as not to awaken your mother, you're heading down the hallway and you see two men, both in police uniforms, but specifically you recognize sheriff's department uniforms, walking down in, not like at you, not like towards you, but in your direction.
I think she will just try and, I mean, she knows the hospital. She's done her rounds here, so she's going to try and head in another direction, find an alternative way around.
Give me just we'll call it composure or dexterity plus stealth.
One success, I am going to willpower that.
Okay.
For 2 successes.
All right. It wasn't a difficult roll. Again, they clearly are not looking for you specifically, as you do see them as you kind of head down an adjoining hallway. One of them stops outside of your brother's room. The other one knocks on the door, and you see that must have woken up your mother, because you see her open up the door. You can't quite tell what they're talking about, but you see one of these sheriff's deputies is speaking with her. Again, you don't want to deal with any of that. You're heading off.
Mm-hmm.
Just interesting that it's the sheriff's department and not SAPD. Do have one more scene to finish up before we all adjourn at Joe's place, and that is, Maria, you're going to visit your... Well, I'm not really sure how you'd classify your relationship with one Dana Connolly right now.
It was secret girlfriend. I don't know what it is now.
Yeah. It's a bit of a drive up to her place. It's actually outside the city limits, up in the mountains. Not terribly far up, well, more like the foothills of the mountains, really. Does have an impressive view of the city after dark. It's an impressively gothic structure, to be sure. It was, as I mentioned earlier, it was previously a hospital built in that somewhat almost gothic style that a lot of medical facilities were at the time. Since been refurbished with all the modern amenities, but it's hard to miss, especially if you know where you're going. You do have a key, so it's not like you have to knock to be let in.
I think I will knock, but not wait. And definitely announce myself once I get in.
Walk in immediately. You're in this impressive, almost Victorian foyer. Lots of polished wood surfaces. Large, impressive candelabras. Again, given Dana's occupation as a novelist, you can certainly see where she draws some of the inspiration from.
Uh-huh.
As you walk in and kind of... You don't really need to yell because it's very echoey in here. You can already hear... further in, you think from like the kitchen area, you could hear Dana's voice. You think maybe she's talking to somebody on the phone?
I think she's not sneaking, but she definitely is eavesdropping a little bit as she approaches. She won't say anything or interrupt, but...
You overhear her say, yes, I understand. But no, I don't think that he... Look, Ruby... He's a prick, but he's not a psychopath. I don't think. Look, just stay safe, okay? Yeah. Be there for the premiere. It's It is technically my party. It's my fucking book that they're adapting for that disaster piece. I love you too, sis. And with that, she hangs up the landline as you walk in and you see Dana's she's in a robe. Her long, slightly graying, dirty blonde hair is just unbound, falling around her shoulders. She's a bit older than you, Maria, but she's aging beautifully.
Well, you look every part the reclusive author, Danny.
Well, you didn't call ahead, so I'm guessing this is serious.
Yes. Is now a bad time?
No, it's just my sister is once again having buyer's remorse well into her marriage. In other news, water remains wet.
Listen, even if we weren't what we are, plenty of reasons to avoid that sort of thing.
Don't need to tell me.
I think she can't help but fall back into a rhythm here and hold her close for a moment and give her a kiss on the forehead.
Yeah. I missed you.
I missed you too. I haven't been sure if I'd be welcome. Not from you, just you know what I mean.
Well, it's not like I was planning on inviting you to meet my parents up in San Quixote, Maria.
Yeah, that wouldn't go well.
Yeah, best case scenario, we'd probably get introduced to the business end of my dad's shotgun.
That bad?
He's old-fashioned and senile.
I will try and stay off TV in the future then.
It's fine, although I did want to talk to you about that. Are you hungry? Have you had breakfast yet?
No, I just had a granola bar.
Oh, that's not... Come on.
I mean, if you have anything.
Sure we have something. And she starts... It's a very nice kitchen. It's got one of those sort of sunken lounges built into it with sliding glass doors that look out into an impressive, not only an outdoor patio, but also an impressive vista. You can actually see the slightly glinting spires of downtown Santa Arroyo from here.
Maria is still, even after all this time, unsure what to do with all the obvious wealth. She still always sits gingerly on things.
Your parents barely had 2 pennies to rub together at the best of times, and now there's all this.
Yeah, my degree wasn't the most pleasing for them.
As she's fishing around in the fridge, she calls back to you. So, given all of the unwanted attention, I've been thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I recently got in touch with some old sorority sisters in the Castro, San Francisco. Assured friends of Sappho, let's just say.
I would expect nothing less.
Yeah, well, thing is, she's got this really nice bungalow, and she's currently looking for roommates.
Oh.
So I was thinking maybe you take a break from Cowboy County, just until things die down a little bit.
I was about to say I can't leave this or my work behind, but I don't know. Maybe my reputation won't follow me. Are you sure you want to ditch the castle?
Oh, she looks back at you from the fridge. Oh, Maria, I'm not. Sorry. No, I gotta show up for the film festival premiere. It's something of a family tradition, and I've got book signings down the line.
Oh, you just meant me. I see.
I figured you probably want a break from all the publicity.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, San Francisco's hardly quieter, but easier to blend into the crowd that way.
Yeah, besides, I am honestly thinking about selling this place.
Wait, and where are you gonna go?
Oh, there are places, Not everybody in the United States is a Neanderthal.
I'm sorry if I'm not getting it. What is the plan here?
Look, Maria, she sits back down and at the kitchen island where you're sat and takes one of your hands. This has been nice, but I think we both know it wasn't going to be a permanent thing.
Yeah, I mean, lots of reasons to avoid something like marriage, right?
Right, because they're going to make that legal.
You know what I mean.
Come on, be realistic.
No, I had a feeling this was coming. Just a sixth sense,
Look, I'm more than willing to help you get set up in the Bay Area or wherever. It's just, honestly, I think we're both too good for this town. I could use a change of scenery, and honestly, I think you could too. Especially,
Right. I mean, there's so much baggage here now. You just gotta get somewhere far away from it.
Do you pull away, or?
I don't pull away, nor do I put a bunch of stink on my voice when I say that. But I think Maria kind of realizes what she said after she says it.
Yeah, Dana, she doesn't take her hand away from yours, but you do feel her shrink back just a little bit. That's not fair.
Uh-huh.
Maria, seriously, don't be a drama queen. What?
I'm not. I'm calm.
Really, that's
like I said, I felt this coming.
You're not baggage. There are a lot of reasons why I want to leave San Arroyo, and believe me, you are not the precipitating incident.
Listen, I'll think about it. I gotta work out the logistics, though.
Well, don't take too long, because this place is going up on the market soon. And unless you...
Okay.
And unless you have another prospective job lined up somewhere that I don't know about, I would probably consider leaving sooner rather than later.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to stick around too long if the option exists not to be here. I just thought you're just really plowing ahead, aren't you? That's good. That's good.
Maybe it might be good for you too. I get it. You're a T-towner like me, but come on. A place like this is never gonna actually be home for someone like you. So fuck these people.
I mean, Danny, it has been my home. It doesn't want me here. Hell, I don't know if I still want to be here. But you've always acted like this is easy.
Would you prefer I make a big production of it?
No. I'm just... She definitely, like, clasps her hands together and, like, is like, okay, the self-help stuff says counting to 10 helps, so I'm doing that.
Yeah. Just like that, the intimacy evaporates. And suddenly, despite the fact that the two of you are sitting next to each other, there is this invisible barrier that is starting to form.
Yeah, fine. I'll thank you for the roommate offer. I'd be an idiot not to take it. I just need to figure out things here. And
Right.
back up.
Right. She starts to get up, just says, look, you know where to find me when you decide to finally put this place in your rearview mirror.
Yeah, I'll talk to you again soon, Danny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's not going to make a big production out of it, not slam the door or anything, but she's not going to be in there much longer at all. And I think she goes right to her car, puts the seat all the way back down, and looks at the ceiling for a long while.
What is going through your head, Maria?
It's a weird feeling to have come to terms with something that you thought was going to happen. Kind of think about it and think it hasn't happened. And then she came all the way here, expecting to have to talk through the patient situation and figure out what the relationship still is. And turns out Danny had already decided it for the both of them.
Fucking rich girl.
She always just does things like they're easy.
Easy for her, maybe. But you have to live in the real world.
It's not like I didn't want to be open. It's not like I don't have fantasies of going to work for like UC Berkeley or something. And taking her with me and we can be open sometimes. But she just decides this shit.
And as you start the car back up eventually, putting the seat back up and start to drive off, starting to head in the general direction of this other rendezvous. Maybe you're a little late for now.
At least I have a rebound.
Well, that's one way to deal with it, I suppose. So, eventually, Joe, your guests, one by one, start to show up. Naturally, Hawk starts barking. You don't have a lot of house guests.
Easy does it, boy.
Hey, shh. Dude, it's that I don't give you bones every time I sneak in here after a crazy night. Come on, what are you, a snitch? And she's gonna rub his big, fat hippo head between her hands.
Yeah, Hawks immediately comes up to you, Patience. He starts whining a little bit, clearly expecting another one of those bones.
Sorry,
wish
man.
you'd stop doing that.
What? Bribing your I'm teaching him economics.
Teaching him what? Bad manners?
No, she's squishing his face and making it wrinkly, and he's jumping and drooling all over her shirt. Look at him, gentleman. You've raised a perfect gentleman.
That I did, no thanks to you.
Patience will kind of fall back, feign insult, and then sit down like she owns the place. So, when the others get here,
Well, I'm hoping any minute now, considering how late you are.
I'm efficient with my time.
Eventually they do show up. Trinity first, probably. She's a bit less of a drive to get through, and then eventually Maria, as you now have like small row of cars parked outside of your abode, Joe.
Just to note, Trinity drives a cute little like blue Volvo that she like bought off of someone.
So first of all, hello, Trinity, are you okay?
I think she looks kind of well, she's in the same clothes she was in last night. She has not changed or anything, and she is quite tired looking, as per usual. Thank you. I'm okay. He's in stable condition, and my mom's looking after him. So it should be okay. Weird thing did happen. When I was leaving, I almost actually got some sheriff's department people came to talk to us. I managed to avoid them, but it's, and she's looking at Joe as she says this. Don't you think it's weird that it's the sheriff's department when it should be SPD? I mean, we're in Brando's Valley, so.
Okay, well, I'm just glad you're okay. And she says, hi again, I'm Maria. And she like sits on the couch and tries to minimize as much space she's taking up as she can.
Y'all want something to eat?
Patience is already in whatever snacks you have. What kind of snacks does Joe keep? Because whatever they are, they're being handed out.
I think Joe probably has some like bullshit healthier snacks or just like almonds or some shit, but that she keeps like a stock of Cool Ranch Doritos hidden away in the cupboard.
Squirrel them away from me this time, but I'll take your bird food for now. Patience mid-handing out almonds and Valley's nature or whatever.
Hawks, recognizing you, Patience, as the weakest link, immediately puts his big dumb head in your lap and just looks up at you, just expectant.
Then I'm alright, and Patience will elbow Maria, give her a wink.
I think Maria smiles and tries to pet Hawks.
He's not unfriendly by any means. He sniffs your hand for a second, but then eventually allows you to give him scritches between the ears.
Oh, that's a good boy.
Don't worry, he won't bite.
Yeah, he doesn't have the brain cells for it. If he had two to rub together, I'm telling you, he could run the park service.
Easy does it there, Patience. And I snatch the bag of Doritos out of her hand.
Damn it!
You watch your mouth. Treats is for people who behave.
I'm just saying truths. God forbid a lady tell the truth, am I right?
That attitude is going to take you places, that's for sure.
Yeah, like your mom's bed.
All right, you know what? Rein it in.
I'm gonna duck out of the way before I get smacked.
Y'all are very good friends, aren't you?
Exceedingly so. Excellent friends. Very good friends. I'm going to pop your ass right in the kitchen sink if you don't stop.
Come on, I bathed like a week ago. God, get a load of this lady. We're friends like tick and deer. Can't get rid of me, even if you scratch me up against a redwood.
I think Trinity's kind of shifting around the space. Is it okay if I smoke in here?
Sure, don't bother me none. Just
Yeah, I
make
think
sure that the pup's out of the way. Hawks, come here.
Ox obediently, perhaps looking a little predatorily at those Doritos, comes over to your side, and as the initial back chatter fades a little bit, the four of you kind of realize, oh, right, that thing that happened last night.
Yeah.
So, you all seem lovely, but remind me why I'm here again?
Well, we all saw something real weird last night, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. You want to talk about it, perchance? Because I got a frantic call, and I saw Goody Two-Shoes up in the hospital wrapped up like a goddamn mummy.
Joe, what are those? What were those people? Do you know?
I can tell you one thing for certain. They weren't no people. Maybe they were at one point, but that wasn't what we were dealing with at that time.
Wait, what does that mean?
Past tense in every sense.
Listen here. And Joe goes to the windows, and although she keeps the light kind of flooding in a little bit, she does draw them. If anyone else should pull up, make it look a little less obvious that there are four people sitting in the front room, even though there are four cars out front. But
Yeah. Well, fortunately, you've situated the trailer someplace where if anybody is driving in your general direction, it'll be very obvious.
whatever the hell that was, when I went out to that ramshackle, run-down, abandoned amusement park, I ran into Trinity's brother and a bunch of those scuzz punks, and well, whatever was at that salon yesterday, well, they were probably those scuzz punks at one point, but they ain't no more, that's for sure. And they certainly ain't now that they're dust.
I'm sorry. Did you kill them?
I did not kill them, no. Something else killed them, and then I think that they came back. And I think that they were making their way through San Arroyo, all George Romero style.
Hold on. Trinity were you attacked by zombies?
I don't.
Patience is gonna laugh. Zombie. I wish. No, if it was that easy. Sorry, Trin, go ahead. Zombies.
I think she will kind of give a look that says tone it down. Or not tone it down, but like, really? They used to be... Vincent hung around with them for a couple weeks, and I mean, I was covering for him a little bit, but they were humans. They were people, and then they turn on him, wanted to rip him to shreds, and someone almost disemboweled him, and I don't know why they were targeting him of all people. I just don't get it. What the fuck is going on?
I think that whatever they were, well, I have an idea what they might have been, but...
Okay, for my own edification, can we put a word to what it is you're saying? because
You
I
really want to
keep
cue her
filling.
in?
I mean, I keep filling in the blanks, but it can't possibly be what you're implying. And I don't want to come across like I'm the crazy one here.
You're not crazy. Those damn things that we saw earlier, they were fucking vampires.
Maria.
Okay, so first of all, you all seem lovely. Patience, thank you for your attention. And you're all very pretty in a way I don't know how to deal with, but you're also crazy. So I'm gonna take my leave right now. Thank you. Uh-huh.
Can you give me an intelligence plus resolve roll when the V word gets used?
Oh. Oh no. I don't like that roll in particular. Though I'm very good at it. Does desperation apply here?
If you would like it to, I would say, given your creed, I'll allow it.
And is it just one?
We're currently at 2 desperation.
I'll willpower about it.
As you choose.
5.
Okay, with 5 successes, you're mid denial when suddenly something occurs to you. When you got brought to the SAPD precinct, and well, they said they just wanted to talk, but there's nothing quite like being led into an interrogation room to make you feel ultra sensitive to what's going on. You didn't like Dean Blumenthal. In fact, you're pretty sure you hated the man. But the detectives did share a few details about how he died, and you remember them specifically remarking on the strange circumstances of his death, how, apparently, they found him completely drained of blood.
Uh-huh.
And the moment the V word is spoken, you mid rant, just as you're standing up to leave, those 2 neurons connect and you sit back down.
Okay, what do you mean vampires?
I mean,
You know, Nosferatu, Dracula, watch movies.
blood-sucking, undead, sunshine averse, water intolerant, stake through the heart kind of shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, what she said.
So we got a bunch of people pretending to be vampires, exsanguinating people?
Pretend nothing. These things are real. Kindred.
Oh,
Miss Winters, I watched one of them grow claws and rip through my brother's stomach. I don't think they're pretending.
Okay, because, well, my old boss, as you probably saw in the papers, exsanguinated, so, that's weird. And it's weird that you're saying vampires.
Yep.
I know it's hard to believe, but vampires are real.
I think we would know about that, like as a society.
We
Yeah,
do.
but that's the thing. They don't want you to know.
Oh my god.
There's just thems of us that do know, and those folks happen to be present in this room right now. So I
Okay,
hate to be
but
the one to tell you.
there would be anthropological evidence of that?
Well, maybe there was.
is.
Maybe that's why somebody was so interested in stealing from an archaeological department. You're starting to put the dots together in your head, Maria, because you're a smart woman. Yeah, you don't like where this map is leading you at all.
Does it have something to do with the amusement park?
I think so. That's where Vincent was before. Joe, you found him there. What were they doing there?
I don't know, maybe some film project or something, but the one thing I didn't mention was the fact that when I got there, there's this kind of like teacup ride, big barrels, you put your kids in it, spins them around and around, but in one of them there was blood all over, just coating the inside of it, and it was fresh.
Shit. You don't think they were trying to make him into one of them, do ya?
I got my suspicions, but nothing confirmed.
And does this have something to do with the controversy between the theme park and the caves that I wanted to get into?
It likely does. That fucking theme park is just a thorn in the side, and I think it's all connected, yeah.
I showed up yesterday to take an ill-advised interview and thought I had gotten a date, and now I'm here. Okay.
Patience will stride over. She's not really good with these kinds of situations when everyone gets all serious and sad and there isn't someone to throw your knuckles into. She'll just walk over very awkwardly, very, very stiffly, put her hand on Maria's shoulder. You want like a glass of water or something? I know this is a lot to take in.
You know what? Yes, please. Thank you, Patience.
Yeah, no problem.
Go get it for her.
What am I? A monster? And Patience will go up to get the water, because of course she will.
She's not a vampire, is she?
I've smoked with her, so I sure hope not.
Damn right you did! Just yelled from where she's getting the water. Besides, I got bored. I mean, I watched a bunch of vampires kill my mom when I was like 6, so trust me, I am all flesh and blood, baby, and she will hand you an ice-cold glass of water.
Maria doesn't sip it for a while and just looks up at Patience.
Those eyes are burning back into yours.
You saw what?
She'll give a very forced grin to Joe. Shit, a little too rough, right? Yeah. You know what? That's second date material. All of us got touched, awakened, woke up one way or another. That was mine. They killed my family.
They killed my brother.
If anything, this was the best way for you to find out. We just told you. You didn't have to lose anyone.
I think Maria takes a sip of her water and keeps taking a sip. She is not trying to chug it. She just knows once she puts the glass down, she'll have to deal with things. So she ends up downing it in one go.
Meanwhile, Joe, I imagine you're trying to think about this a bit more tactically.
I sure am.
Yeah. Well, the fact that, someone getting exsanguinated in a home invasion, and then all that nonsense at the Lucky Lotus happening cannot be a coincidence.
No, I don't think any of it's a coincidence. I don't think there's ever been a coincidence once in Santa Royal.
So you don't know exactly what's going on, but that corpse might be a good place to start. And if law enforcement is involved, because, well, technically the National Park Service is a branch of law enforcement in a roundabout sort of way, so you have a basic idea of police procedure. You know that Blumenthal's body will probably be at the county morgue right about now.
So, suppose this is all real. What are we doing here? What does this information do for us?
Well, they say knowledge is power, so I reckon that we at least have a fighting chance if 4 of us know what's going on. Now there's that, and there's this. And Joe, she kicks the rug on the floor, and there's a trapdoor at the underneath it, and she grabs it and throws it open, and it leads down into the hidden armory under her trailer.
Oh my god. Oh my god, we need more gun restrictions. Holy shit.
Indeed. You have 2 dots of hidden armory. So, what sort of arsenal do you imagine Joe has under the floorboards?
I reckon she has run-of-the-mill hunting guns and various pistols and things like that, but I think she's got a lot of weird specialty things. I think her time with Slim has really taught her that no matter how weird it sounds, if he told you you needed something like that to fend off something like that, then she has something like that, you know? I think that's where she got her special little flamethrower that she used earlier. And,
Indeed. I would say, given your arsenal edge and this merit, you have probably in there is a 12 gauge shotgun, and then there is a box of shotgun ammo that's probably marked with like a ton of like warning incendiary labels. You're not sure where Slim managed to get these. They're a fairly recent innovation. These are what are known as Dragon's Breath rounds.
I don't ask questions about where he gets what he gets. If he supplies it, I'll take it.
You do know that these are extremely illegal in the state of California, so best not to be caught with them, but at the same time, you know these things hate fire.
Oh my god.
I understand it's a lot to take in. I understand this, indicating to the armory down below, is a lot to take in. I'm not asking you to do anything, but I'm saying San Arroyo is in trouble. We are all in trouble. We saw trouble firsthand, and it's only going to get worse from here. So if you want to plug your ears and cover your eyes and sing a little song and pretend none of this happened, fine, but I don't want to be scraping your guts off the ground.
I would like to keep my guts inside. So is this like your career? Vampire hunting?
Not exactly.
Oh god, why did you interview me, Patience? Is it vampire related?
Yeah. Look,
Oh god.
you were closely connected. You were going to be our end to figure out what happened to this guy.
Right, because my boss just got exsanguinated. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, no offense, you're lovely. But that was the main reason.
You're lovely too. Crazy, but lovely.
Can you save the flirting for another time, please?
Just trying to be calming and a reassuring presence, but go on, Your Majesty.
Right, Patience. That's what you're best known for. Now, look. Your boss got exsanguinated, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's still a popsicle down at the morgue then. So I'm reckoning that our best bet is to go down and take a look what those bite marks might look like. Maybe that'll give us some clues or something of what the fuck we're dealing with out here.
I have another idea too. I go to the shop, the Scarlet Sage. They have a private library in the back. I think I could get us an in if we want to try and pull some research. Maybe see if there's some historical records. Try and figure out what they're going after.
That sounds like a plan as well. Maybe 2 of us go down to the morgue and 2 of us go do some research.
Yeah, sure. The court side with the racists, I lose my job, lose my girlfriend. Why not rebound with a trip to the Dyke Bar and some light vampire hunting on the side? Sure. Sure.
Oh, damn. You make it sound like it's a bad thing. All right, what's the plan, Joe? You want me to handle?
I think that the best plan is, well, considering Maria here, you've got connections in that research side, right?
Uh-huh.
Well, maybe if you're willing, might be best for you to go do that. Might be that Trinity here could know a thing or two about, if you're up for it, what might have happened to this here body. So if you can tough it out, maybe you and me go down to the morgue and Patience and Maria here have their little date to the library.
That works for me. I mean, I haven't done a ton of cadaver studies, but I think I could maybe see if I could spot something.
Ben, you're smart. You got it. Easy. Besides, it's not like he's moving anymore. Get like full 360 access. And I can read. So there's that.
I'm glad I'm going to the library, apparently.
Yeah. So I assume, Trinity, you give Maria Bayesian's directions to the Scarlet Sage?
Yeah. And I'll tell them to say that I sent them to whoever's in the front.
Yeah. Well, Marco's a cool guy. You're sure he will accommodate so long as they're cool.